Hey y'all, welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the new Baby Rose album, YEARNALISM. Baby Rose is a soul singer who was born in DC but moved to Fayetteville, North Carolina in her teens. She plays piano and guitar, and I don't know if it's just me, but based on how she looks, you'd expect her to have a high, breathy, soft voice, but it's actually quite the opposite. She has a deep baritone voice that's very commanding, and it even reminds me of Nina Simone's voice a little bit. This is her third album following 2020's To Myself and 2023's Through and Through. She also contributed to a movie soundtrack for a movie called The Materialists, which was apparently her film debut as well, as she played a wedding singer. This new album was apparently recorded through analog tape in order to, quote, preserve emotional depth, which in turn gives it sort of a vintage sound despite it being neo-soul. The cover for this album is just a white background with Baby Rose front and center. She looks kind of bored with her hand holding up her head, and she's looking off into the distance. She's also holding this old school metal microphone shaped like a star that says Rose at the top. It's a medium-ish length album, still kind of more on the shorter end, with 12 tracks at about 41 minutes long. The first track, When I'm Gone, is a beautiful opening track. It's slow, haunting, and dark. And when I say dark, I mean in terms of its mood, not really its subject matter. And the track is simultaneously uplifting, as it's about her realizing her worth, so to speak, and moving on from a bad relationship. The next track is But Never Mind, and it's upbeat and bouncy. It's more vibrant and bright compared to the opening track. The instrumentals are very hypnotic and punchy, and overall it just exudes confidence, and it's incredibly catchy. Next, we have the track Is This Love? The delicate, light, and dreamy instrumentals paired with her baritone but inviting vocals make this a soothing and mellow track. It also features the singer Elmine, and his and Baby Rose's voices are very harmonious and blend well together. Next is Dressed in Metal. This is a slow track with angelic backing vocals that perfectly complement Baby Rose's deeper voice. It slowly crescendos as the song progresses and gets more layered and textured near the end. The lyrics describe both her and her partner wearing a figurative suit of armor, or in other words, dressed in metal, as a defense mechanism when they fight, which in turn just hurts their relationship even more. After that, we have the track Let Me Go. It's rhythmic and energetic, but the energy comes more so from confidence as opposed to intensity and speed. It's bold and emotive. It's a catchy and melodic tune that also feels cinematic. This is probably my favorite track on the album. It's irresistible and it forces you to move. At the bare minimum, it'll have you bobbing your head or tapping your foot. Each time I listen to this song, I get goosebumps, and on occasion, I get that frisson feeling. Next is the track Better. This is a highly emotional track about her having to make the decision to move on without her partner because she can't, quote, keep hurting myself just to save your feelings. It's bright and uplifting with these sort of playful sounding backing vocals during the chorus that remind me of the backing vocals in old soul tracks from the 60s. Next, we have the track Friends Again. This is an R&B slow jam featuring Leon Thomas, the Mutt singer. It's a somber and regretful track about friends who ended up sleeping together, and now they're not sure if they can go back to being friends again. Next, we have the track Sunday. This is a stripped back acoustic track, well, until the last 30 seconds where an electric guitar erupts, that's beautifully simplistic. It's about how Sunday will be her redemption, where she can ultimately begin to make a change and start over her life. After that, we have the track Believe Me, which begins with this guitar segment that just invokes a sense of nostalgia in me. It's very mellow and serene, and it's pretty euphoric feeling. It's light and floaty with a groovy bass line, as well as the soothing background vocals and lush synths during the chorus. Next is The Reason, which is another R&B oriented track that's dreamy and hypnotic. It's slow and romantic sounding, but the lyrics actually paint a picture of a woman who's waiting around for her partner to love her back the same way she loves him. And her partner ends up being able to do and say the right things just as she's on her way out the door every single time. After that is the penultimate track, All My Love. This is one of the more upbeat and faster paced tracks on the album. It's a refreshing moment that sort of re-energizes you for the end of the album as it incorporates elements of funk and disco, which I think it was a great decision to make this the second to last track because while this is an amazing album, most of the energetic, upbeat tracks are in the first half. And next we have the final track, Jasmine's Sonnet. This is an introspective and vulnerable track as it's a message to herself about how she doesn't need to earn love. It's haunting and wistful, gentle and tender, and it's honestly a perfect ending to the album given the main themes. This is definitely one of my favorite albums this year so far. It's consistent in its major themes of heartbreak, suffering through bad relationships, and realizing your self-worth and learning to love yourself as you move forward. I really like the decision to record this through analog tape because I think her voice has a lot of depth to it. And if they recorded this digitally, I think it would have smoothed over a lot of her vocal nuances. And it has basically a perfect closing track within the context of the album's themes, where it's a message to her younger self about how she doesn't need to earn love and that it should come to her as naturally as the air she breathes. But that's about all I've got for you this time. I highly recommend you listen to this album. I appreciate you sticking around till the end, and we'll see you next time.